This is back to 9-9, your Lord and sometimes personal 2K savior, depending on whether or not we run into each other in the random wreck. So, I had this theory. Is there a placebo effect in 2K? Specifically on the subject of shooting ratings. So, as we know, like if you hang around in this community long enough, or if you've bought enough 2Ks, you can kind of understand that the real premise of the annual release is not for our enjoyment, is not to make the best game ever, is not to even make a game that wins game of the year. It's about consistently shipping in September and consistently finding ways to get us to buy microtransactions to play essentially the same game. And this year I say that with a little asterisk because there were several improvements. Even the graphics went up a little bit this year. But my point is, when the game shipped, you could earn rep in my career. They patched that. There's no way, if the devs know what they're doing, and I'm being kind of semi literal with that inquiry, because obviously they can make a game, it comes out, it goes to the store, so they can do that part. But the fine tuning of it, do they really know what they're doing? Because there ain't no way that community day should have happened. How do you get that deep into the production cycle and you not know that 7.4s are fucked up or fucked off? That's crazy to me. There are certain, I guess even last year there was that thing where if you had a t-shirt on, you could get double rep. They didn't know about that. A lot of things they don't fucking know about. So even this year, the blur takeover is broken. How did that happen? But it's in the game. So with the cap breaker system, you have to ask yourself, if I make my 3 with the 94 and then I cap break it to a 99, what's really happening under the hood? Because a 2K2 study was done last year was that if you have a 99 mid-range and whatever your 3 is, those badges aren't the same as 99 badges from the 3-pointer. So what I'm saying is the placebo angle of this whole conversation is you have to decide for yourself if you want to believe or prefer to believe that 2K knows what they're doing, and that when you raise your 94 up to a 99, do you prefer to believe that those legend badges are the same as if you made a build with a 99 off rip? And what I'm suggesting, people make builds all the time. One of my sort of design theories this year is that most of my builds, I started the 3 off super high. So I didn't start at a 94 and +5. I wanted to start in my mind with this placebo effect. And I'm arguing that the devs don't know what they're doing, or that there is a difference between your green window when you make your build at a 94, when you first come out of the builder and it puts you in the game, there is the potential that that 94 is the green window that you have for the rest of the cycle, no matter what you add to it. So you have to decide for yourself. Obviously, you get more You get more attributes to put elsewhere if you start with the 94. But I'm saying if you come out with a 97 or a 98 or a 99 even, maybe you shoot better. Maybe I'm just more confident. And then the other side of that coin is the devs always say, well, if you do 99 is the max. So like if you have a 99.3, they're pretty much telling you there's no point of even putting on a 99 three ball or plus 60 or three ball or whatever the hell, because they're like, you're not going to get anything extra. This is the last part of the conspiracy. If I was NBA 2K, I would hire NBA 2K toots to tell us whatever, and make them seem independent, you know, make them drop some knowledge that, you know, challenges them or whatever. We don't know. Same thing with NBA 2K Labs. So as a community, we believe that they're independent, you know, that they're dissecting the game from an independent lens. But if I was 2K, I would just absorb them, pay them somewhat under the table, and they could do misinformation. And not that the information that they give us is sinister, but we don't know what they're saying about the green window unless we did it ourselves, unless we tested it ourselves. We're just trusting these sources. And if I was running the company, I would want those sources on my side. But, you know, I'll never be able to prove that from this vantage point, and maybe they don't. Maybe they are truly independent. I don't know. But that's how you have to, you know, start to see the world a little bit, because it's the same thing with some of the top content creators, especially some of the people that go to community day. If you're at the top of the sort of the sport, or you're pretty much a part of the marketing through your play, this is a video game, right? So who's to say that that person's build is not souped up, you know? That the company has an incentive to make it seem like that person is still as good at the game as they were 5-6 years ago, when they were just playing on a stock build, you know, because they're building their brand up. But now they're at the top. You don't want to see that person. The company doesn't want to see that person get cooked or lose their following, because they're an institution. So if they were a real athlete, you could say, no, he's really doing that. But it's a video game. So his three ball could say 89, but that shit could be plus 150, because it's all code and it can be faked and cheated. So, but I'll take the Illuminati lotion off. But that's just, you know, my theory to some of this is, I don't know, if you want to be the ultimate shooter, maybe go for the 99. Shooting is so easy this year that, you know, with the rhythm shooting, and hell, even with button shooting, it is easy. So the difference is going to be slight or negligible. But what I'm saying is, there is a reason in my mind that when they make the Curry build and the builder, or the Ray Allen build, he starts off with a 99.3. And maybe that reason is just, well, they need to have a 99.3. But I'm saying that if you start out with a straight 94, when you come out the builder, you have a green window that's at a 94. You plus 5. They would have to have coded it perfectly to really, really open up your green window. And what I'm saying is, you could have a 99.3 with your cab breakers, but is that green window really as wide as if you come out with a 99? So you decide. There's also, the last bit of this is, when you take your build and you put it into the builder, it's never going to be when you take it into put it into the my team, not the my team, but the my GM or whatever that mode is, play now or whatever the hell, my errors, I guess. your build at a 99 is going to be like an 84. So there's already a disparity in between what we pay for and how the game equates it. So, but that's my big conspiracy theory there. Back to now.